I got this book from somebody. I'm not entirely sure who got it for me, if it was my friend Seth or if it was by chance my wife, but I got this book, and I've tried a couple of recipes off of here. There's a couple of good ones. There's a chili relleno burger where you take chili relleno and you fry it up and put it on top of the burger. There's the black garlic burger where you get fresh mozzarella and put a black garlic puree on top of it. There's even this one that I tried recently, which was the Pablano Picasso burger, which entitles just making like a poblano green chili and putting it on top of the burger. And that's very good. That's fantastic. I love those types of burgers, but I wanted to make something a little bit different. I wanted to do the Poblano Picasso burger, but also add in a little bit of cream to it. I wanted something nice and smooth, creamy, so I thought cream cheese. That seems like a great burger. So, I thought, let's do it. Let's make I got 99 Poblanos, but cream cheese ain't one burger. We're gonna make the buns, we're gonna make the fries, we're gonna make the burger patties, and we're gonna even do a little bit of a smash burger style. It isn't gonna be the smash burgers from famous restaurant chain smash burgers. It's my version of my own smash burgers. I don't have any rights to their formula or what they do or how they do it. I just have mine, and let's crush it. Let's get to making some delicious food. Thank you so very much for that non-voiceover, Adrian. And that is correct. We're going to be making my cream cheese green chili burger. So first we're going to need to start off by making our bread. You're going to need 4 cups of bread flour, 1 cup of water, 3 tablespoons of butter, 2 tablespoons of sugar, 3 tablespoons of dry powdered milk, 1 tablespoon of salt, 2 1/4 teaspoons of yeast. You're gonna first by starting off by putting all of those dry mixtures together into it with even your butter and your water. You're going to start mixing this together only to realize that your dough is a little bit dry because you forgot to add the one important thing of this dough, which is going to be 1 egg. As you can see now, I just went to the fridge and grabbed an egg, and I am about to drop it straight into the batter. Once we drop it straight into the batter, you want to mix this for about 5 minutes until it starts to form a dough. Don't let it ball up yet. We're just letting it start, so then we can let it sit for about 5-10 minutes while the dough rests. After allowing the dough to rest for 5 minutes, we're putting our mixer back on to medium speed, and we're going to blend this together for about 5 minutes until our dough has formed a smooth ball. After your dough is completely mixed, we're going to form it with our hands for a little bit to make sure that it is a smooth ball, and we're going to let this rest for about 30 minutes to 2 hours until we have noticed that our ball has doubled in size. Yeah, you need that with your hands. One hour later. Next is to divide up all of our dough into 9 balls. I probably should have done 4 balls just to make sure that my buns would have been a lot bigger for my smash burgers, but that's okay. We're going to take these 9 balls, we're going to roll them out, and we're going to let them rest for 30 minutes on a parchment sheet before they cook. We're going to take our potatoes, make magical fry straws, then we're going to take those fry straws, we're going to clean them in the sink, make sure that we get all the initial starches off, and then let them soak for 30 minutes just to ensure that before we cook, all the starch is completely off of the potatoes before we throw them into the oven. While the fries soak for about 30 minutes, our next task is to work on our burgers. First, you want to start off by cutting half of an onion into 1/4-inch cubes, dicing it. those are all diced up. We're going to work on our meat. We want to get our 3 pounds of beef ready. I am using a 75-25 fat to lean ratio. I add in my diced onions, and then I'm going to go through different variations of seasoning, starting off with salt and black garlic powder, a little bit of oregano, salt and pepper mix, and then a little bit of mustard powder, just for a little tang, some Slap Ya Mama's powder, and then of course my 2 pounds of butter. No, scrap that, 2 sticks of butter. After we've mixed it all together, we're now going to form these into balls, and then we're going to throw them into the freezer to cool. While those were being made, I did throw my green chilies into the oven just on broil on high, just to blister them and get their skins a little bit blackened. My dog loves it when I cook, so she always stands right next to the oven when I'm pulling things out, just to make a smell. Don't give her anything straight out of the oven, but I just give her a smell. As you see, these are nice and blistered. We're gonna wait about 5 minutes until they've started to deflate and cool. As you can see, I have all of my buns already ready off to the side. Now we're removing the stems off the Poblano pepper, splitting them straight in half, and then scraping out all the seeds and the innards to it, to make sure that we don't have a very seedy cream cheese when we go to take a bite. You're going to carefully skin off the skin just by peeling it backwards. And those that like a little peel porn from Christine's Simply Nailogical channel, this is just as good as peel porn, because you're peeling off the skins of a bell pepper. Look at that skin. Goes right into the trash, as I do this a little bit faster just to consume time. Now let's get up and close and personal with this. You're going to just simply peel back one side of it and then just peel it towards you. You can grab the darkest part of the pepper if you can't seem to get it off of the sides. Once you get it off that dark side, the rest should just peel off steadily. Be careful, because some burnt parts may take the flesh with it as you're peeling it off. We want to keep all of the flesh as much as possible, so don't try to take all of the flesh off as you're taking the skin. Okay, Google, set a timer for 10 minutes.
10 minutes, starting now.
Next, we're going to be working on our cream cheese. You're going to need some onion powder, black garlic powder, parsley, pepper, and salt with some Los Calientes, a sprig of cilantro, and 8 ounces of cream cheese. We're going to mix all these together. Everything's about a tablespoon, if not a little bit more. I eyeballed everything, so I don't really have an accurate measurement of what it is. All of your spices, you want to make sure to add in your green chilies. You're going to put your mixer onto high speed, and you're going to blend this for about 5 minutes until the cream cheese has become a smooth consistency. After it's completely smoothed out, you want to take it and you want to store it into a nice dish for it to go into the fridge, for it to cool down for just a little bit longer, to make sure that it's going to be a nice, easy, spreadable consistency. I mean, look at this stuff. I could just dip chips into it and go at it for an hour. Okay, Google, set a timer for 20 minutes.
20 minutes, and we're starting now.
Plays in the background. 20 minutes later, I have some nice, delicious looking rolls. I wish they were a little bit bigger, like I said earlier. I should have just made 4 buns, and I should have made them about 6 ounces, but I'm going to roll with it, and I'm going to spread 2 tablespoons of butter and garlic across each of these rolls, just to get them nice and shiny, so once we cut into them, they're not going to look as, you know, dull and darkened. So we're going to work on our fries. You're going to need to grab salt, pepper, parsley, onion powder, garlic powder, and olive oil. You're going to do about a tablespoon of each of these. I also am including some fresh rosemary that I took from my garden and diced it up into small little bits. We're not trying to make this super overpowering with spices because we're going to use the same spice blend and we're going to season the fries later on. This is all going pre-done, so when it cooks, it kind of absorbs into the potato as it cooks in. You also want to do only your dry ingredients first and leave your olive oils to the very end. I'm using 2 specific olive oils, one regular bland olive oil, and then another one which was an extra virgin New Mexican hatch chili olive oil that I got from Taos. It's very nice and very spicy, but it gives a good texture to everything. You can get this from Balsamic Co., and I will include a link in the description on where to get that. This is a bit optional, you don't have to put it in, but I like to sprinkle in a little bit of Slap Ya Mama seasoning onto everything, just to give it a little spice. But after we got all these mixed in, you're going to rotate your bowl around and toss your fries just to make sure that each fry gets a heavy coating of each bit of the seasoning. You don't want a fry to go unseasoned because once you go in, you're going to start popping these in your mouth like they're nothing. Now set your oven to 375 as we do a little bit more coating on top of the fries. We're going to be putting these into the oven for about 30 minutes. Okay, Google, set a timer for 25 minutes.
25.
After about 25 minutes later, I cranked up the heat to 425 and roasted them for 5 more minutes at 425 just to give them a little bit of a crispier edge. We're going to take these out of the oven, and now we're going to start working on our burgers that we are taking out of the fridge. Look at those nice golden fries. They're so crispy and delicious. And don't forget to salt your fries after they've come out the oven too. You want to give them a little bit extra seasoning just in case. Now you want to take your little small rounded out burgers, you're going to put them onto the middle of your cast iron, let them cook for about a minute or 2, and then you're going to take your spatula and in a circle you're going to flatten them out. If I decided to use a flat spatula instead of a slotted spatula, I probably wouldn't have had this problem where the burger kept getting stuck to the spatula. So that's a tip for you guys at home, but I still made it work. We're going to be cooking them on one side for about 5 to 6 minutes, so then when we go to flip it, we only cook the other side for 1 to 2 minutes while putting cheese on the other side as well to help it melt. After flipping our burgers, we're going to put cheese on them and let them melt down for about 2 minutes. And due to the fact that my buns are so small, I unfortunately had to cut up my burgers to make them so that they would fit on top of the buns appropriately. But that's okay too. So I'm going to take them, cut them up, and I'm just going to stack them right on top of the burger so it melts nice and slowly on top of it. Now, while your burgers finish melting, you want to cut up your buns and set them on a plate. I'm going to be using Primo Strawberry Habanero Jam on the very bottom, just to give it a little bit of extra sweetness and kick. Also, my fiance absolutely loves this stuff on burgers. Next, add your smash burgers. And then lastly, you're going to take the cream cheese and you're going to put it on the top of the bun. Why the top of the bun? Because if you put it on the bottom of the bun, when you squeeze out the burger, you're going to get cream cheese absolutely everywhere. So you just do a nice thin layer where it's not super coated, but just going to give you enough to give you that flavor. And like I said, you could just take this cream cheese dip and you can just put chips into it and just eat it out if you would like to. Oh yeah, look at those juices flow down that drippy burger. So there you have it. You have your buns, you have your fries, and then you have your burgers. Go try this recipe out yourself and tag me on Instagram at Midnight Snack. Love to hear from you guys. Thank you guys for watching.